Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 5. Just finished watching Scotty and Jamar's interview with Candy, and they did so good. I'm so proud, you guys. It's just really nice to see that when people, we all kind of started around the same time, and just to see that it's finally happening for people, it just does my heart good. And then Scotty just feels like one of my kids. Even though, I guess I am still old enough to be his mom. But he's just always been that kind of figure for me, just a sweet young kid. He's grown now, like grown, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, you guys, hopefully you guys were able to see it. Go on back. I'm sure they have it available live on their, on their individual YouTube channels, but y'all make sure you guys go and support. Anyway, you guys, the review is late. Y'all know I don't usually do no videos at 7 o'clock in the evening. Blue trying to get a toy that I hid from him. Okay, so it's gonna be a whole bunch of noise in the background, but we gonna get through this video because it's Monday and I don't want to fool with no videos after today until it's time for me to do top of the blogs. The review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show starts with the crackhead. This is the crackhead I think that actually saw creepy daddy getting shot in the school, on the schoolyard or in the play yard or wherever it was. But anyway, he's not doing nothing like that. Right now, he's trying to get him another crack rock. Okay, so he goes to the projects and rings the doorbell. This is the crack projects, remember, Rock's place. And Marvin is like, come back later, we closed. He was like, what fucking crack house is closed? Okay, I need a rock. I need my rock. Okay, Marvin don't want to give it to him, but he about to act a fool out there. He need it. Okay, so Marvin come out. Marvin got all this plastic and shit all over him. What is Marvin in there doing? I kind of have an idea considering it's been stinking in there so bad. So he come out, he give him the rock. Okay, give it to him for free, just to get him out of his hair. He's like, and let all the other base heads know out there that we closed until later. Yeah, as long as he got his stuff. Okay. So, indeed, just what we think Marvin is doing, he is doing. He's in there and he's got to get that body out the wall because it just smells entirely too bad. Okay, I don't know why we didn't think about this any time in between when he did it and now, but now it got so bad. And of course, he opens up the wall and you can just imagine how bad it smells. And the man is all decayed and rotten. And you can see half flesh is all white. And then you can see part of his skull, and it just gross, right? So he's spraying them with Lysol, puts them in the bag. They about to get rid of this body. Now, while all this is going on, we see Rock. Rock is at home, okay? Just staring at Kanan all lovingly in his bed while he sleep. He wake up like, damn, like what's going on? She just smiles at him and was like, remember when we went camping? He was like, you woke me up to talk about going camping? She was like, pack up your big sweaters and a big coat and we going camping, okay? He was like I already told Fame I was going to help him move and do some stuff around his place. She was like, that's too bad. Fame can do whatever he got to do with somebody else. Okay. He was like, Juke not going? No, Juke not going. It's just going to be me and you. We on our mother-son shit. Okay. So she's all excited. I was like, now when this camping trip came into play, just all of a sudden last minute, she want to go camping, right? You know it's more to that story. Anyway, Kane goes and knocks on Juke's door like, are you awake? And she was awake. And he was like, you not going camping with us? And she was like, no, she wants it to just be y'all, and I'm good with that. Okay, he was like, well, I'm not, because the shit just been strange. He was like, I went and talked to creepy daddy, looked him in his eye just like you did with your mom. And he was like, and the shit is just really familiar. What if my mom is lying to me? She was like, don't even say it, okay? That creepy daddy is just creepy daddy. He just saying whatever. He a no good cop. Don't let him get in your head and get you all messed up. But still, Kanan feels like he knows better. Juke was like, maybe on this trip, you and your mom can kind of connect again. You guys can talk. You can tell her how you feeling about things, okay? Because he just like, the shit is just still too weird. Maybe this will help, okay? So when he walk out the room, Juke is listening to the music that Crown gave her on her Walkman. So she hear a couple of bars, y'all, and then she gets pissed and she storms off. I was like, that didn't sound like Juke's voice. It turns out that the song that she had that was so beautiful Remember Lou ended up, well, we didn't see it, I don't think, but Lou ended up giving that song to the girl that he feels like has this spectacular voice, right? And Crown, being messy, gave that tape to Juke. So Juke goes over to the girl's house. All right. And the girl's like, how do you even know where I live? Don't worry about it. Okay. But you took my damn song. And she was just like, I didn't take your song. Okay. How do you even know what I was singing anyway? She was just like, from Crown. She was like, well, Lou gave me that song. Okay. And so Juke was like, well, she want her damn song back. And she was like, you have to talk to Lou about that. Listen, girl, I got too much music. I ain't got to steal none of your stuff. Okay, go on and talk to Lou. So while all that's going on, we see Lou and Crown. They at the studio where they're actually talking to, I think, a A&R rep from some place, and they letting him hear the music that old girl did for Juke's song. And he's grooving to it, he's liking it or whatever. And when it finished, Lou is excited, like, I'm telling you, this girl is the truth. I told you she could sing. She can go up against Pebbles, she can go up against Tracy Chapman, like, we ready. And Crown was like, like, he's just excited. Excuse Lou for now. Okay? Like, I'm the music man here. Lou just the finances. Okay? He's just a drug dealer that's running the money through here so we can keep the studio running, basically. Okay? But he kind of make Lou look like he don't know what he's talking about. Want to go and talk to the A&R rep outside the room. We'll be back. You stay here, money man. And Lou don't like that. I was like, boy, Crown, you done paid for you an ass whooping on this one. And sure enough, after the meeting goes, Crown go in there, talk to the A&R rep or whatever. And then afterwards, I guess Crown, he was feeling himself. And so they were walking out in the parking lot and he talking to Lou. You need to calm down. You be too excited. You need to not be talking so much. You need to I need to do what? Excuse me, nigga, do you remember who you talking to? That Lou just turn around and bust that nigga right in the right here. Knock him down on the ground. He's like, I'm tired of you hitting on me, Lou. And Lou was just like, listen, don't you ever do no shit like that again. Crown get up like he about to do something. He kind of lift up his waistband and you see a gun in there. And Lou was like, don't pull that shit out unless you ready to use it. And he was like, who said I wasn't going to use it? And Lou get up in his face and was like, me, nigga. Like, if you was so big and bad, you'd have been already shot me. Now, later on, Juke finally catches up with Lou. And she's pissed. You gave my damn song to that girl? And Lou was like, who told you, Crown? She was like, yeah, but I would have figured the shit out anyway. Like, that was my song. He was like, listen, I fucked up, but the song is so beautiful. And she was just like, yeah, too beautiful for me. It's my shit. And he was just like, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I should have asked. And she was like, you could have asked whatever. I was still gonna say no. But now it don't even matter. You done gave the song to the girl. And he was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you can get some publishing rights. Like, that's where the real money is. He trying to tell her about that. But when you're an artist and you want to get your craft out there for everybody to hear, you don't want to hear no shit about being in the background writing records. Now we know today that them is the people that's making the money. But, back then, people didn't really realize how much money was actually in writing and publishing. I mean, not just a regular layman. I'm sure people that was in the industry already knew, but Juke wouldn't know that. So when he tried to talk to her about that, she just leave out. She don't even pay him no more attention. Now, jumping back over to Rock's house, we see the Italians. They in the car. They actually watching Marvin pulls up in front of Rock's house. They watching from across the street. And, typical racist ass Italian, one talking about Marvin, like, look at him, he nigga rich with that big gold chain around his neck. You can tell that one of them just really don't like black people. Okay, he just talking about them, calling them niggas and all kind of stuff. The other one is not like that. I mean, he probably ain't a big fan of black people either, but you can clearly see that one of them got it out for black people. Anyway, they're watching. We see Marvin go in the house. He go in there, and then here comes Rock and Kanan. They coming out. They got their bags packed. They going camping. Kanan was like, whose car is this? It's some old Buick. We used to rock in her Range Rover, right? And she was just like, I'm not driving my car up there and getting bugs and getting shit all dirty like that. We camping. We toughing it. You had to get a Buick though? Kanan went and put his stuff in the trunk. Nah, boy, just put your shit in the back seat. Okay, then I was like, oh, I see what's happening here. Okay, so when Kanan gets in the car, he still got an attitude, Marvin tells Rock, like, I done sprayed this motherfucker down so tough with the Lysol. I got pine trees all over him. You ain't gonna smell him, honey. It smelled like Christmas time back there. And of course, we realize now that Rock is actually going to be getting rid of the body out there. I was like, I don't give a damn how much Lysol and pine trees you got back there. You would have had to have known that it was something wrong smelling. That shit probably still would smell like rot and pine trees, but whatever, it's for the show. He in the backseat, he wrapped up, she about to take him. They going to the Catskills. I was just like, Rock, really? Are you actually getting Kanan involved in all of this? Like, gosh, she just makes some of the oddest decisions for her son. But I think that gradually Rock is trying to make sure that she has Kanan so deep in that he can't betray her. Okay, but anyway, still problems in New Jersey, and he want to just shut the shit down for a little while, but you can't tell Rock to shut her shit down. No, it's still going. If they did, it would be more problems there for them. So no, we're gonna keep this shit going as regular. Anyway, she jumped in the car, her and Kanan on the way there, and she tried to have this mother-son moment. She was just like, you still talk to Davina? And he was basically like, no, she moved on. Okay, you seeing anybody else? And he was like, no, not really. And she was like, not really usually meaning somebody. And he was like, well, I met this shorty over at Fame's, Live in Fame's building. And she was like, oh, that's fine. Like, as long as it's just you having fun. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You a kid. You supposed to be having fun. And you in the car with your mama and about to help her dispose of a damn dead body. Okay? Rock, what kind of kid things you got this boy doing? Anyway, they drive. They finally get to the cabin. She goes to check in, that they're going to just be there one night. And the lady there checks her in. She was like, let me see that knife there. Okay, so the lady give her the knife. And while Rock is over there getting themselves checked in, we see Kanan. Kanan is over there talking to one of the employees. Okay, her name is Hannah. And Hannah happens to be of the other persuasion. But it's okay, Kanan just talking to her. You can tell that they kind of hit it off with each other. And so once they finish talking, him and Rock go to the cabin. Kanan's still trying to get in that trunk. And Rock won't let him get in the trunk. She was like, it ain't nothing in there, but, just junk. Don't worry about what's in there. Just get the bags and take them on inside. Now, while they pulling up to their cabin, we see the Italians then follow them up there. So later on, we see them. They are enjoying themselves, or at least Rock is enjoying herself, or acting like she's enjoying herself. Around a campfire. They got a fire going. They sitting out there. Rock got this look on her face like, boy, this is nice. Just me and my son out here in the woods with the fire going. And of course, she's like, you like this? Usually at this teenage stage, they can't really appreciate these kind of things. He was just like, yeah, camping ain't really his thing. Okay. She tried to give him all these suggestions that maybe he'll have a good time. He got a rebuttal for each one. She was like, what about hunting? Okay, I got a knife. And he was like, what am I, Rambo? I was like, what you want this boy to do? Go stab a deer or something? Girl. While she's trying to give him suggestions and maybe get him to loosen up a little bit, he tells her that he gonna go to the store and get a soda. So while he's gone to go to the store, one of the Italians, his name is Jimmy. Jimmy has decided that now is the time that he can get to Rock since Kanan has left her. She's by herself. He can go and kill her and they can get on about their business. So he tell his racist ass friend to go and keep an eye on Kanan while he go and take care of Rock. And old boy was like, okay. So Jimmy is about to shoot Rock. He got the silencer on the gun and everything. But while he's walking through the woods. It's twigs and shit on the ground. So he's walking and it's like, and she's like, Kanan, is that you? And she don't never hear him. He don't never say, yeah, Ma, that's me or nothing like that. So she was like, you know what? If you trying to scare me, this shit ain't funny. Like, Kanan, I can hear you. I know you out there. Well, it ain't Kanan. Okay. So right when old boy Jimmy done got himself, squared up, he about to shoot her with the gun. Then her real neighbors in another cabin, father and son was like, hey, I didn't mean to scare you. And she was just like, oh, it's okay. And he was like, you mind if we get some firewood because it done got late and they can't get the firewood or whatever. And she was like, sure, take whatever you want. He don't know he just saved Rock's life. So while that's going on, we see Kanan. Kanan is at the store and he sees Hannah, right? So him and Hannah get together, child, they go and walk off. I said, boy, these teens, honey, they do whatever the hell they feel like doing, right? So they walk off and they getting high. Nigga, you were supposed to be getting a soda. So, they sitting and talking, chopping it up or whatever, smoking they joint or whatever. And then they start getting close like they're about to kiss each other. And here go the white guy that's supposed to be keeping his eye on Kanan, like, you better not touch her. You keep your hands off her or some shit like that. Hell, I thought that he was related to her the way he was acting. But he just couldn't stand to see a black man, pushing up on this white girl. Even though she was very much involved, she likes Kanan. She wanted it to happen. Right when he said that to Kanan, Rock walks up. And Rock was like, don't you ever talk to my son like that. Okay, Kanan, come on. Okay, so Kanan, just tail between his legs. He got to follow his mom. And she was like, how many times I got to tell you that white women will get you killed? Stay away from her. Same time, racist white guy tells the girl, like, if you were my daughter, you would be in so much trouble out here messing with that black guy. And she was like, well, you not my father, okay, and fuck you. He's still so upset about it. He go back and he tell Jimmy that he want to kill Kanan and Rock. And Jimmy was like, no, we don't kill kids. Okay. And he was like, I don't care. He was about to rape that white girl at the store. First of all, he was not about to rape her. And, thank God Jimmy already know that this nigga is a racist, because he was just like, we are not going to kill a child. We don't do that. Okay. And if you did do something to him, the boss would have me put a bullet right through here. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to remember that. Stick to the task, why we are here, which is to get Rock. Leave that boy alone. Now, back at the cabin, once Rockton finally calmed down, she's sitting there, she's talking to Kanan, she apologizes to him, for yelling at him like that. She just was riled up. She didn't like seeing that shit. But again, we still trying to have this mother-son moment. So she got some moonshine. She let him, even have a sip of the moonshine. I was like, nigga, that big-ass gulp that he took, if this was like true moonshine, you only need about this much, and even then you're doing too much. But anyway, so she just kind of going down memory lane and talking to him, and then she says, I wanted to talk to you, Kanan, just, see what you want to do with your life, basically. I thought at one time you wanted to do this, and I thought at one time I wanted you to do this too, but, young man, the world is your oyster. It's kind of, you have a choice to do whatever it is that you want to do. So like, what do you think you want to do with your life? What we doing, you are the heir to this throne. So, I mean, that's yours if you want it, but if you don't, what's your plan for what you want to do? And Kanan was like, well, I didn't think that I wanted it, but I do. And I was just like, do you really, Kanan? When did you change your mind? Or are you just trying to say something to make your mom feel better? Because I was just like, he seems like he's moving more in the direction of, I don't want to do this at all. Okay, especially as he finds out more and more about Rock and the things that she might have been lying to him about. So I was just like, okay, did he really mean that? I guess time will tell. All I know is Rock did take it to heart, what he said, though. She was like, okay, if you want it, I got a job for you right now. Okay, so she go to the car and she opened the trunk. And there go the damn housing authority man that's rotting in the back seat. He wrapped up in the plastic and everything. But Kanan is looking like, and she was just like, you gonna help me get rid of this body. Okay, get the shovels and come on, we about to do this. Child, they done drove to the woods somewhere, dug a big ass hole, and pushed his body down in there. I was like, here go another thing Rock is making Kanan do. Okay, he done shot at the damn cop. Now he shot the cop, I should say. And now he hiding dead bodies. Well, I tell you, stand-up mother, isn't she? Now, jumping over to Marvin. So Marvin, back in New York or whatever, he is actually having lunch or whatever with his teacher from his anger management class. And she was just like, the reason why I asked you here, Marvin, is because basically he don't participate in class. He don't say nothing. And you supposed to be in here to learn how to deal with your anger issues. So if you don't say anything, then I've got to be telling the judge that you're not saying anything. Because he was like, I keep my business to myself. You know, I'm a private person. And she was just like, but yeah, your business is my business. You don't really have any personal business right now. You trying to stay your ass out of jail. You trying to get a good report with the judge. Then you need to participate in class. Okay, so she tells him, why don't you just tell me right now something that, you know, kind of opens you up, makes you a little vulnerable, something that makes you uncomfortable that you wouldn't normally tell people, that we wouldn't know about you. And he was like, I have a daughter. And she was just like, oh, okay, you have a daughter. And he was like, yeah, but I fucked it up. Okay. And he was like, I did something really stupid. And he was like, I don't think she's ever going to forgive me. He was like, I wouldn't forgive me if I was her either. And then she's looking at him like, okay, you got a daughter and what did you do exactly? And he was like, but it ain't no sex shit or nothing like that. Like, I ain't did nothing like that. I'm not a sick motherfucker. I'm just a dumb motherfucker. Okay. Poor Marvin. He is really feeling the fact that he messed up with Juke. I think they'll make it back to each other, but Juke is still going to make him pay for a while. Well, I guess it's going to depend on what story comes out about the reason why this mama been gone all this time. And if Marvin had any, we already kind of pretty much know that Rock had something to do with it. We're going to see if Marvin was hooked up in that too. But we do remember the story about Marvin being a fuck up. So maybe Rock was feeling like she had to protect Marvin in some kind of ways. I don't know. But that the mom is going to be the link, I think, on whether or not Juke decides to forgive her dad or not. Now, after he has his, conversation with the anger management teacher, we see him. I guess he's following the girl, the white chick, Tony. Is that her name? The one that he used to see? He's following her. Okay. He's in his car and he's watching her from afar. She comes out of the shopping area. She's like in this affluent area, I guess, shopping. And the police come and knock on his window like, excuse me, sir, like, do you need any help? And Marvin was like, no, I'm good. Okay. And he was just like, well, I try to make it my business to know everybody that's in the neighborhood. And I don't know you. That's what the cop said. And Marvin was just like, well, yeah, you wouldn't really know me. I was just driving through the area and then I pulled over because I wanted to have a bag of chips. Marvin always eating. And the cop was just like, oh, okay, well, you might want to hurry up and finish eating those chips and then move it on along because we try to leave these parking spaces open for people who are actually shopping in the area. Okay, so the cop wasn't rude to Marvin, but definitely letting Marvin know that he's being watched. And so Marvin has to get the hell on. Now let's jump over to Partner. So Partner is talking to Andrea. Andrea is the prostitute that Creepy Daddy pays money to have sex with and also bounce some of his ideas and thoughts off of. Okay. Well, the Partner then hemmed her up and is now trying to get information out of her what she knows about Creepy Daddy. And I was just like, so really, Partner, this is how you doing it? You gonna hit up the damn prostitute. And then of course she's threatening the girl and telling her, oh, she gonna make her life miserable basically if she don't give her this information. Like, what is he talking to you about? So, you already know where it's going. The girl is telling her, how he don't remember anything from the shooting, but, he did just find out that he has a son. And I was like, of course, as soon as Partner heard that, like a son, she's going to start putting the things together. And that was the absolute worst information that she could give to Partner at the time. Okay, speaking of Creepy Daddy, we see him. Juke is walking down the street coming back home. And he gets out the car and he rushes up to Juke and stops her. And he was just like, where's Kanan? I've been paging him. He won't. Nigga, you mean to tell me that you just gonna come up to me and be acting like we friends and I'm supposed to be telling you where Kanan is? Okay, she was like, where he at? That's where he is. All right, Creepy Daddy, we will. Can you get off me, please? Now, the prostitute, Andrea, she goes back and she tells Creepy Daddy, she all wound up and nervous and shit because she don't need this kind of shit in her life. She just trying to work and get her money so she can pay for her and her child. And this damn lady is up here threatening her and telling her she gonna make her life miserable and she gonna do this, that, and the other. And creepy daddy was like, she ain't gonna do nothing to you. Tell me, what did she say? She was like, well, she was asking me what you remembered from the shooting. And he was like, and what did you say? And she was like, well, I said you didn't remember anything because you don't remember anything, right? Okay, well, at least that one stuck. What else? And she was just like, so I did tell her that you just found out you had a son. He was like, fuck. Okay. He was like, why would you say that? And she was like, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say it, but I was just like, girl, if he had just found out about it, maybe you didn't need to give that kind of information yet. Maybe they didn't want people to know that. And he was like, you got to get the fuck out. And she was just like, are you really telling me that this is over? And he was like, you got to go. Get out. Okay. So she leaves, and Creepy Daddy we'll keep Creepy Daddy as a problem. And then at the studio, we see Lou, he's working on some music and whatever, and Fame comes in there. Fame is feeling better about things. He's freestyling to the music that he hear Lou doing. Lou just kind of look over at him irritated. Lou is just irritated these days. And Lou was like, what are you doing here, Fame? And he was just like, I know you mad about Crown and Jessica. Like, I didn't know that they was messing around. And then when I found out, I probably should have told you, but he was like, Lou was like, I already knew. It was nothing that you needed to tell me about. I don't even care. Okay, that's not the reason why you're not in the studio. You ain't in the studio because you wasn't doing your work. I'm telling you, if you will write some stuff and you do some work, then you can get back in the studio. And Fame was like, really? He was like, yeah. Okay, it's always been about the work. It ain't been about nothing personal. Okay, so Fame said, oh, I'm going to do that for you. Now let's jump over to Juke. Child, honey, Juke, Juke. Boy, she switch it up fast, don't she? I was like, now this ain't the Juke that I saw out there with her girlfriend. Honey, Juke done took her hair down and curled it real pretty and nice. Okay, and got her dress on or whatever, and she's in the pew watching her mom sing. Okay, think that this might have been choir rehearsal. So she's sitting up there, she's watching her mom, and of course, this is Sanctified City Woman. Shout out to the rock star that gave me the name. Oh my God, I cannot remember who it was, but I'm gonna put your name on the screen because she Wicked City Woman on Greenleaf. She's Sanctified City Woman here because she is saved and filled with the Holy Ghost, y'all. Anyway, Sanctified City Woman is up there singing her ass off, but honey, nothing like she knows that her daughter can do. So when she finishes singing Oh Mary, Don't You Weep, she tells the choir director or whatever that, you should hear my daughter sing. I think you should listen to my daughter, let my daughter sing. Okay, Juke out there, she's looking so cute in the pew that even one of the boys there was trying to talk. I said, look at you, Juke, pulling the new boy in and everything, girl, clean up nice, right? So the director was like, okay, come on up here. So she comes up there and Sanctified City Woman tells her, I told him that you my daughter and that you can sing. Okay, so the director was like, do you know Oh Mary, Don't You Weep? And she was like, yes. Okay, and then she got started. I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit because it's late. Me. Oh Mary, don't you weep. No, that's not the right note. Oh Mary, don't you weep. Till mother not to moan, mother, don't you moan. Well, Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. Tell mother not to moan, mother, don't you moan. I'm trying to sing both parts, y'all. Pharaoh's army. Pharaoh's army drowned in the Red Sea, drowned in the Red Sea. Well, I'm singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. Tell mother not to moan, mother, don't you moan. Y'all, we used to sing that in the choir, y'all. That wasn't a good rendition of it, but it's late and my voice is tired, y'all. But y'all get the idea. But Juke wears it out. Okay, she was hitting them notes, honey. She was giving us riffs, and child, she was ad-libbing, and she was doing the most, and I was like so proud of my Juke. Okay, and even Sanctified City Woman was like, child, I didn't know my daughter had it like this. Girl, you is blessed. You is anointed. It's so sad to know where Juke ended up when we see where her beginnings were. God, if Juke could have just been in the right environment, her life would have turned out so much different. Instead of getting gunned down with damn Kanan and Ghost of all people and Tommy. So it's just, yeah, it's just, I feel sad for Juke in that moment, even though it was just a beautiful moment too. So Juke's voice beautiful. Marvin still following Tony at her house with whoever this new white guy that she's with. And the police are still following Marvin, so there's that. And then lastly, back at the cabin. So it's the next day. Rock and Kanan are about to leave. She tells Kanan to go take the key up to the front so they can check out and they can just get in the car and go. Okay? Don't be talking to that white bitch. While he is walking, Jimmy realizes that Rock is by herself again. So Jimmy was like, okay, it looks like she's by herself again. I can get a clear shot of her. Just go and distract Kanan. Make sure that he don't come back before I finish killing the mama. Okay, can you handle that, racist? I was like, are you really sending the racist to do this? But okay. So he goes to the cabin and he's walking around looking for Rock or whatever. But honey, Rock already, you know, Rock is on it, baby. She ain't got to this age. You know, she ain't new to this. She true to this. So he go in there and then she get the knife and she got him all hemmed up with the knife at her neck, at his neck, you know. And she was just like, okay, it's clear you one of the Italians or something that they done sent you to kill me or whatever. She was just like, listen, you kill me is bad for business. I kill you is bad for business. Like, what we gonna do here? At the same time, we see Kanan had then walked to the front and he ends up seeing Hannah again. Okay, and she was just like, you got a little time? And he was like, yeah, I was hoping I saw you. All right, so he go in there with Hannah. Like I said, these damn teens, child, you just can't count on them. He's there trying to finish what he started the night before he leaves. And racist comes in there and sees him and of course is upset that him and the girl is together. And so he about to kill Kanan. So she runs and gets Rock, who got the Jimmy hemmed up with the knife. And she was like, he's gonna kill Kanan. Okay, well, honey, Rock, you can't kill Kanan. You just definitely can't do that. So she lets Jimmy go and she runs out and goes and finds Kanan fighting with the guy. Well, the guy is actually beating Kanan up and the guy gets Kanan down on the ground and he pulls out his gun like he about to shoot Kanan. And Rock goes in there and was just like, wait a minute, or Kanan, or she calls him and he looks over and he about to shoot Kanan. And then we hear a gunshot from behind. Come here, Blue. And child, Jimmy done shot his boy. Didn't shoot him to kill him, but just shot him so that he couldn't shoot Kanan. Okay, so she turned around and looked and she was just like, you know, we gonna handle this later. Okay, but I gotta go. So Kanan is fine. Rock gets Kanan. Like, nigga, how many times I got to tell you to leave these white damn kids alone? Kanan don't even know what's going on because he had no idea that all this was going on in the background anyway. So when they get in the car, you know, Kanan was just like, so who was that shot the guy? And she was just like, don't worry about it. Okay, but they gonna get dealt with. And I was like, oh, they definitely gonna get dealt with. You know, Rock don't play that shit. Okay. Not only are they trying to kill Kanan, but they trying to fuck up her business and trying to kill her too. Oh yes, honey, somebody is gonna pay. But anyway, you guys, that is it. What do you guys think about the episode? I'm really enjoying this season. What about y'all? All right, guys, let me get off of here because like I said, it is now 7:40 and Blue needs to be taken for his last walk and there's a whole bunch going on in the house and he's barking and running around and all of that. So I am going to go. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.